Brock Purdy may soon have the kind of money where he can flex and say he's not going to pay $8 a month for his blue check on Twitter. But before he can have the kind of career that it appeared he was on track for, he's got to get this elbow right. Here's Brock Purdy talking about the timeline for his elbow and if he feels more pressure going into season number 2. This comes from Fox Sports 910 AM. Here's Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I mean, the protocol is you start throwing at 3 months, but it all depends on how your, therapy and your range of motion and everything goes up until that point. So there's definitely some boxes I have to check off first until I get to that point, but that's the plan as of now.
Your coaches come out and basically said, you're the starter, it's your job to lose. Do you feel any extra pressure because of that or not?
No, sir. It's just, for me, I have to get healthy first. That's how I'm looking at it day by day is I have to get healthy. Everything will fall into place from there. Other than that, man, I love my teammates. I love to compete, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to help, this organization win. And, that's how I'm looking at it and nothing more than that.
I never really thought of it before, but when it comes to the quarterback position in recent years, the 49ers...
They're cursed. They're cursed. You're
God.
hilarious you're going to say that. I was just about to say the same thing. Yeah.
I'm letting you talk. Go.
Okay, yeah, but you're right. They are. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to finish your sentence there, or your
No.
thought. No, I mean, it is unbelievable what they've gone through, and the fact that they've been towards the top of the mountain throughout this whole scenario of all these different quarterbacks and whatever else. It speaks to the team they've built. It speaks to Lynch and Shanahan, that's for sure. But, man, yeah, this little one piece here has been a difference in them maybe not winning a Super Bowl, getting back to another Super Bowl. Yeah, unfortunate with injury here, but, hey, the year before against the Rams, Garoppolo didn't play good at the end of the game. They lost. You could certainly blame it on that. The Super Bowl, like you've talked about, some plays there, that were easy or there to be had for a big-time quarterback, didn't make it happen. So, yeah, it's crazy that they're back in this boat, Mike. I mean, what are we talking about? 3 months, April, May, June, early July. He's hoping he can start throwing a football. I have a hard time thinking he's going to be able to throw a football at the capacity or the level that he needs to go like, oh, wow, we're carving up a high-functioning 49ers defense here in training camp. So, all he can do is kind of focus on that right now. It stinks for him. I feel for him, but he's got to get that right. And that's going to be a process, and it's going to be a pain in the butt. And 3 months is being, I think, very hopeful with that type of injury.
We got the impression last week from some of the things said at the league meetings by John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan that but for this injury, Brock Purdy is entrenched, number one.
Yes,
He's earned the job. He's won the job. He's just got to recover from this elbow. And if he doesn't, it's Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, and it very well could be that Trey Lance isn't competing with Brock Purdy. He's competing with Sam Darnold to be number 2. And I think Trey Lance could be available if there's somebody out there who wants him.
Yeah.
But we know from how the 49ers handled Jimmy Garoppolo, they're probably going to want a lot for Trey Lance. They're going to want a lot for Trey Lance because they're going to want to save some face because of everything they gave up to get him. And look, we rewind the clock to 2021. Trey Lance was one of the top prospects. So there's got to be some other coach/GM out there that thinks if we just get Trey Lance in our system without all this dysfunction, this Jimmy Garoppolo thing, and do they really believe in Trey Lance? Are they really giving him a chance? Is it too much pressure on him? We give him a fresh start. We let him hit the reset button. He could be good with us, but I don't know that means somebody's given up a first-round pick.
Yeah, no way. Right.
Trey Lance.
Right. I don't think we can have that conversation yet. I mean, Trey Lance, you're saying it right. I wouldn't be shocked, right? But and are there teams out there that would be interested in him that we know were interested the first time around when he was coming out in the draft? Sure. But things have changed, right? I mean, how are you going to sell on your fan base right now? So that's where it is, Mike. I think we're on the right trajectory here. It's just like, what would he get on an open market or a trade market? You're not going to be able to sell to your fan base, right? Hey, we're bringing in Trey Lance to be our guy. We know he's still a project. We know he still hasn't really played football in 3 years now. So that's where the value of him gets hurt too. That was the thing that we all worried about when he came out in the draft. Excuse me, I'm drooling on myself. And then here we are a few years later, and that department hasn't really improved much, let alone we got to see it in training camp and the start of last year. And it looked like that to our eyes, so much to the point that the head coach of the team who wanted to get rid of the quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo went, damn, I want to get rid of this guy, but I can't. And we're just going to keep him here because I don't like the way Trey Lance looks. So that's where I don't know realistically what they could get, or if a team could even like sell that, to their fan base at this point. That would be the interesting thing to me there, Mike.
And here's another reason to keep Trey Lance. If you're the 49ers, you are cursed.
Yeah, right.
You trade Trey Lance, and all of a sudden Purdy can't go, and Sam Darnold gets injured.
Exactly.
And then where are you?
Right.
Hey, I'm telling you, and I know people are going to get mad at me, as if that ever stopped me. I'm telling you, at some level, there's at least partial consideration being given to the ultimate pulling of the ripcord this year, which would be bring Tom Brady in. I can't imagine that's not on the radar screen. They regret passing on him in the past, and Brady at this point believes he's done. I don't believe he's going to continue to believe he's done, and I think he's going to be, whether he admits it to anyone or not, he's going to be looking around, and if somehow, some way, the clouds part and the opportunity arises to go back to the 49ers and play there. We saw that video that was just kind of accidentally and spontaneously taped last week with no planning, no production, no filming, no editing. It just kind of happened like the old video of Sasquatch walking through the woods. It just kind of happened, of Tom Brady playing beach football with his buddies. The guy's still in football shape.
Yeah.
He's good to go.
Right.
And I think he's going to stay that way. He's going to keep his mouth shut. He's going to keep eating avocado ice cream. He's going to continue to be ready to go. And we'll see. And I think it's a small chance that it happens, but we've seen crazy stuff. Who would ever believe Brock Purdy becomes the starting quarterback and looks like a guy who could take the team to the Super Bowl? So we have to be ready for anything and everything. And one of the things we have to be ready for is the possibility, slim as it may be, of Purdy not healthy, Darnold doesn't get it done, they still don't believe in Trey Lance. Hey, Tom Brady, please come home and save us.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they like Purdy. We know that. If the one thing Shanahan's always said to me about Purdy, right, that always sticks out is just his natural feel for the game. He knows how to play. He just has a great feel of like, ooh, let me slide here, and I got to drop my arm, fine, bam. Oh, wait, I was supposed to look over here, but pressure took me away, and I found a completion here, and just in the natural flow of the game. He's not a robot. He might not wow you, but he knows how to take coaching. He listens, and then he's got a feel to where just to get it done. It might not always be the prettiest or sexiest, but it can get it done. Now, saying all that, and then what you just said right there, I mean, yeah, the time's now. The time's now. It is. I think Shanahan would get on Brady right now if Brady gave him an inkling and said, hey, I'm ready to go. And ready? Tom Brady, it's ready now. This is the opportunity. If he wanted to do it and go to the 49ers, it's ready. I think it makes sense. I think Shanahan would do it. He's got a team. It's a Super Bowl team. It's arguably the best roster in football, especially now that the Philadelphia Eagles have lost some players, right? They're ready. So Brady can go in there and take over. I hear you. I don't know if it's going to happen either, but if it's going to happen right there on that team. That's what I do believe. And, I don't know where Brady seems pretty steadfast on, hey, I'm going to be a dad and I'm turning the page in life, but yeah, let's give it another month or so. Let's see how itchy he gets here, right? Let's see if the 49ers get itchy. Let's see if Shanahan starts to get itchy and starts to go, oh, damn, I don't really like the way practice looked today with Darnold and Trey Lance, and let's call Brady and just see what's going on. I don't think any of that's far-fetched, Mike. I hear you there.
Brady's got the ultimate cover for changing his mind. I've said this many times the past few weeks. George Costanza's justification for lying was, it's not a lie if you believe it. Tom Brady's is, I believed it when I said it. It's a very powerful thing. I believed it when I said it. When I said I'll retire when I suck, I believed it because I'm retiring before I suck. I believed it when I said it. I said I was done. I believed it when I said it because people do change their minds. I remember Brett Favre 15 years ago on David Letterman, late April. That was the moment that I realized this guy's coming back because he said when training camp rolls around, I don't know how I'm going to feel. And I think deep down Brady knows he doesn't know how he's going to feel, knowing, number one, he can still play. Number two, he's said multiple times over the past couple of months how much he loves football more than anything, right? And then number three, he's never been in that position where the train is leaving the station without him.
Yeah.
And it's not yet. The train is sitting in the station. People are getting on. There's talk about the train. Hey, the train's going to be leaving the station at some point, but it's still here for a while. At some point, they're going to blow the whistle, and they're going to fire up the engine, and it's going to start and that's when it's speak now or forever hold your peace. Or he can try to catch up with the train later and jump on it somewhere during the season. That's possible too. But this is something he has no idea how he's going to feel because he's never done it before. And you've talked before about what it feels like that first year when you're not playing. And you didn't play 20-plus years.
Right.
Can you imagine, Chris, what he's going to be going through this season when the world of football moves on without him and doesn't even blink?
No, I mean, I can imagine a little. I mean, yeah, because of me, right? But because I lived with a guy that played for 15 years, and then I was there in year 16 where he was going crazy, and he was stir crazy. And I was in 8th grade, and I couldn't play football that year because I was too big. I had to lose like 10 pounds to play offensive line. So I caught passes for Big Phil. That's what I did that year. We'd go over to the field, and he almost signed with Belichick and the Browns. He almost signed with Tom Coughlin and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we had a few little run-ins there. It's hard to put it away. These are guys that have addictive personalities as it is. And his addiction is football and that competition. So, yeah, Mike, you bring up all the right points. I'm with you there. I mean, I think it's over, but I got to see it to believe it. And it's got to be the start of training camp and maybe even a few days in before I start to go, okay, I think he's not coming back. It's official. But it won't be until then, until I totally close the book on that situation. And of all the situations, the place that he grew up, his favorite team, has a situation where it's like literally, hey, here's the bat signal. We just need you to come in here and execute an offense. We're awesome. You don't even have to be that awesome. You could come in here and we can win a Super Bowl. I mean, Mike, I hear you, man. I really do. I'm not going to say it's dead until it's dead.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.